Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, we will learn about time and loop expressions in After Effects. They are quite powerful and are very common among motion designers. First, let's understand time expression. So, time works like power engine, or you can say a motor, which just give speed to an object. As here, I have created a box without any animation or any keyframe. Let's open its position parameter. As you can see, I have separated both. Just right click on it and you can separate both dimensions from here. I did it because position always require two dimensions for both axes, and I want to move the box in just one direction, that is x-axis. It will be better to explain you. So hold Alt or Option key and click on this stopwatch. Here type time times, that is multiplication, say 1000. What does it mean? Actually, it will first set this box on 0 on x-axis and then move it 1000 pixels in 1 second. Let's see it in action. Notice this coordinate. It's 0 now. And here is the box. And if we move the playhead, in just 1 second, it will move 1000 pixels. The best part is, it will continue moving 1000 pixels in 1 second throughout the timeline. Let's make some variation. If I play it, there will be a smooth animation. Just hold on. Let's change 1000 to 500 pixels so that box will stay on the screen for at least 2 seconds. Alright, we can control this motion and can create something like a stop motion animation using posterize time expression. Let me show you. Before time expression, type posterize time, open and close parentheses, and to separate both expressions, just put a semicolon here and press enter. Let's make this bar big enough to see both expressions. Sorry, accidentally I clicked outside the expressions editor, yet my expression is not complete. That's why it's giving error. So in between the parentheses, we have to give frame rate to the posterized time. Let's say 1. Now After Effects will consider in 1 second there will be only one frame. I mean, if my playhead move from 0 to 1 second, it will be treated as one frame and the box will move directly 500 pixels because time is saying that 500 pixels in 1 second, and posterized time is saying that there will be only one frame in a second. So there will be no animation since we will get to 1 second. And as soon as playhead touches 1 second, box will move 500 pixels directly. And this will continue to happen throughout the timeline. Let's change posterized time to 10. Now there will be 10 frames a second. So let's do some math. There should be 30 frames in a second according to my composition setting. But posterized time expression is making change in that and saying now there will be 10 frames in a second. So 30 divided by 10, that is animation will happen after each 3 frames. And after each 3 frame, box will move 50 pixels. This will make our animation slow. It will look a lot like stop motion animation. Let's create a clock with the help of these two expressions. So in this composition, I have created a clock and I want to rotate this big needle exactly as of the clock. So I have set its anchor point to the bottom so that it will rotate from the center of the circle. Let's open rotation parameter and add expression to it. Time times 25. So it will rotate the needle to 35 degrees per second, something like this. But I want this to rotate just like clock. So let's add posterize time expression to it and set frame rate to 1. That is, when playhead will move from 0 to 1 second, it will be counted as 1 frame. And according to the time expression, in 1 second there will be 6 degrees. So our needle will rotate to 6 degrees per second, exactly as clock. So this is time expression. Let's have a look on loop expression. So here I have created an icon of reload. It's just a basic shape created from a circle and a triangle. Circle has been trimmed by 65%. Well, loop expression's work is to just repeat the keyframes over time. Let me show you. First, I'm going to create rotation animation. In just 1 second, let's rotate it to 360 degrees. Until now, it's just a linear animation. So let's go to graph editor and make it slow on start and end points. Well, if you don't know what graph editor is, please follow the link below in the description. It will look something like this. Let's get out of here, and I want to repeat this animation over time throughout the timeline. So one way is to copy and paste keyframe number of times, but the short way is to add tiny expression to it. Loop out. And I'm not going to put any parameters here, just leave parentheses blank. And remember, type expression as I have written here. I mean, all letters are small and O is in capital. It is not for decoration. Alright? So be very careful. Now this expression will just repeat these keyframes throughout the timeline. Just apply it. Here it is. Suppose I want the playhead to stay for few frames at the end. In that case, just after 5 frames, I will add same keyframe again. Now it will repeat animation in same manner. Well, this is for loop out. Loop out simply repeats animation when keyframe animation is done. Loop in expression will simply do just opposite. So if I change this expression to loop in, now it will not repeat the animation after keyframes. But if I move these to right side, now from starting point it will repeat animation until keyframes arrive. Let's look how this expression interacts with keyframes with two of its parameters. So in this composition, we have a circle which is moving in rectangular shape. Add expression to it, but this time instead of typing the expression, click on this little icon, property, and apply loop in. Now you will get two parameters. First is type, which is set to cycle. Leave it as it is. Second is num keyframes. Let's set it to 1. So what it will do, it will simply select first set of keyframes and repeat that until these keyframes arrive. So just first two keyframes will get repeated. If we change it to 2, it will repeat first and second set of keyframes. This is for loop in. Same will happen with loop out in just opposite direction. And it will also count keyframes number from backwards. So if I leave it to 2, these two sets will be repeated. If we change it to 1, Last set of keyframes will be repeated if we count from left to right. Alright, let's change keyframe numbers to 0 again and change cycle to ping pong. Now, before keyframe animation, nothing will happen. But after keyframes, it will repeat animation from start to end, then end to start. This cycle will continue till whole timeline. I hope it will help you a lot. If you like it, press the thumbs up icon. Thank you.